So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
The only thing I can think of worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
We're going to get to this video in just a second. I just wanted to give you a quick Operation Hal reminder that you can click on the link in the description box below and sign up for our online InfoWarrior training camps. We are now determined to raise up 1,000 YouTube channels just as powerful as Operation Hal. If you're one of those people who wants to have a YouTube channel like Operation Hal that reaches millions of people per month and generates revenue for the information war, click on the link in the description box below and sign up for our free training.
Self-promotion could be his best defense. But note what else Stone just told MSNBC within the last 2 hours. He hasn't been called in by Mueller as a witness, even as Mueller asks other people about Stone. And the question becomes, if you're the last one into court, is that because the prosecutor wants you to be the defendant? Probe is barreling forward right now. The pace seems like it's picking up because it is. Think about where the probe is heading.
A man with ties to both the United Arab Emirates and the Trump campaign now cooperating with Special Counsel Mueller.
Special Counsel Robert Mueller's requested documents and interviewed witnesses about incidents involving Michael Cohen, the president's personal attorney.
Are you concerned that Mr. Mueller hasn't asked you? Hasn't subpoenaed you? Hasn't asked you for an interview?
I have no concerns. I'll be happy to answer his questions. I believe my emails have probably, based on that New York Times story, already been reviewed.
All this coming as former Trump campaign advisor Sam Nunberg now says he will, of course, comply with Mueller. He appeared on several news shows, including his first on-camera interview on ours, and he says he will testify to this grand jury on Friday and hand over all communications with Trump and Roger Stone and those other officials on the list. Former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort also in court tomorrow to face some of those new charges Mueller added. So a lot's going on. I'm joined by Maya Wiley, former counsel to the mayor of New York, who is here with Mr. Nunberg, as well as Bill Kristol, founder and editor-at-large of the Weekly Standard. Maya, what did we learn in these busy 3 days about what Mueller is focused on?
Well, it's been a very busy 3 days, and it's very clear that Mueller, in terms of the financial transactions, the fact that he's following money and influence, has gotten one step closer to Donald Trump.
That's clear to you?
That's clear.
Yeah, and I think why do you subpoena Nunberg? Nunberg was cooperating, I gather.
He was.
He met with agents. Mm-hmm. The subpoena is a way, I defer to you guys, the lawyers, of tightening the screws on Nunberg. And what's the point of Sam Nunberg? To get to Roger Stone. I think that's very clear. It's clear in Nunberg's own discussion. I don't want to do anything that would damage Stone, which strikes me as suggesting that there might be material in there that would damage Roger Stone. And Roger Stone was Trump's top advisor before he began running. He's been close to Trump for 25 years. And Stone is also was Paul Manafort's partner back in the day. And so the Stone, Manafort, Trump, maybe Flynn, Russia nexus, I think that is where one of the many things I'm sure that Mueller is focused on. And it strikes me that he's made quite a lot of progress on that.
And you know this, given your life around Republican circles, that when you look at what Paul Manafort was doing, he was doing it in a firm with Roger Stone, and they were taking on foreign clients that literally no one else would take. And now you have Roger Stone. I'm going to play some more sound from him. We touched on this last night. As a person who openly bragged about his link to Julian Assange, who is now caught up in the potential Russian plot. Take a look.
First of all, I think Julian Assange is a hero. I think he's taking on the deep state, both Republican and Democrat. I expect you're going to see more from Mr. Assange, who, again, I think is a hero.
We have a mutual acquaintance who is a fine gentleman. I happen to be one who thinks that Assange is a hero.
So WikiLeaks, I mean, that's the crime, one of the crimes was obviously stealing emails from the DNC and from Podesta. WikiLeaks published those emails. Stone may or may not have had some knowledge of that happening beforehand. Stone may or may not have communicated that to Trump and Manafort. That whole Russia nexus, I think, Stone will end up being more central to this, I suspect, than people might have thought.
Right, and it's very easy to watch a person like Mr. Nunberg in the situation that he was. It was at this table 2 nights ago, and think about him and the way he comported himself, when in fact, what is more significant than the fear that he clearly evinced was him revealing on this show that they want him in the grand jury box, which is more than a lot of other witnesses, and that he is of the view that they want him for the purposes of Stone. I mean, again, Sam Nunberg did not work in the White House, okay? He does not know about Russia's sanctions or some of those other issues, but he's the aide to Roger Stone, his mentor, as he explained. And so that was the context for this moment I want to play that we've now learned became pivotal between myself, Mr. Nunberg, and Maya Wiley on the show.
I definitely know my father doesn't like it, and my father's one of my co-counsels.
I think your family wants you home for Thanksgiving, and I hope you will testify.
Here's the thing, though. Isn't this ridiculous?
No, it's not ridiculous, Sam.
It's November.
So not ridiculous.
November.
That was a moment that led to Maya, then Mr. Nunberg, saying this as he continued his very public evolution on these issues. But he said, and this is here according to the reporting in the Washington Post, Maya Wiley is very, very smart. She made a compelling case to me, and the case was that they have to do this for their investigation, and it was a fair point. It was a fair point, and he says publicly, because of part of what he learned from you and thinking about your fair point, he decided to comply.
Yeah, I mean, I'm humbled by this statement, and I have been particularly humbled by the outpouring, frankly, from viewers about the importance of this country getting back to a place of civility and compassion and humanity, which I think we all desperately need. I will say that I think that fact that Sam Nunberg is an attorney himself, and that many of the points I was making were really quite obvious. So I'd like to believe I'm intelligent, but also, quite frankly, the points were pretty straightforward from his own presentation of what was going on. I think the fact that, as I had said to him at the time, that he was uncomfortable potentially helping to string up Roger Stone is back, as you said, Ari, really the crux of it.
Revealing.
Roger Stone is a person who's appeared on Russian English language propaganda television even before the campaign. His ties to Russia are very deep. So the fact that they're going after Roger Stone's not really that surprising, particularly when you start to follow the money.
And although I'm out of time, I know that, and I've discussed this with Mr. Nunberg, but it didn't come up that night, that, you know, he was removed from the campaign over this racial hate speech. Your view on the way he thought of your advice in the context of that history?
Well, as I've said, and I am extremely humbled to have grown up in a family that taught me that despite the way people treat black people in America, that what is most important is that we are able to see the humanity in each other. And the intelligence and the capacity of people who are black in this country. And that's something I think this administration needs to learn, and I'm certainly happy that Mr. Nunberg has recognized that.
Hey everybody! I just wanted to break in real quick for an Operation HAL Info Warrior update. Many of you thousands of Operation HAL subscribers are passionate patriots. We can tell because of the comments that you leave in the comment section. But America needs more than just passionate comments from anonymous subscribers. America needs info warriors who are willing to spread information. Believe it or not, us patriots, we are beginning to win the info war. We are on the march and the enemy is on the run. They never anticipated this explosion of social media. The bad guys who are behind the scenes attempting to destroy our republic, they didn't realize that platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook would give voice to those of us who haven't been fooled by the fake news, Project Mockingbird, CIA-ran media. Patriots like you and me now have a level playing field to take part in the war for the soul of our nation. And the good news is, we don't even have to use guns. We can simply use our home computers and laptops, just like I'm doing right now. In fact, the Operation HAL YouTube channel has reached over 73,000 unique individuals just this month. So if you want to get off of the sideline and onto that playing field, we at Operation HAL want to help. We have helped over 18,000 individuals just like you. Learn how to create and distribute content online. It doesn't matter if you're a novice with computers or a pro. Operation HAL is willing to train you for free in our simple techniques that will allow you to have a voice in our nation.
Hey guys, normally at this point in the video we would tell you to email Mackenzie, but unfortunately YouTube is threatening to cancel our Gmail account as well. So if you want to sign up for the free online info warrior training, click on the link in the description box below and you can sign up directly for our next boot camp.